Are you building a lot of defense here, Bobby? Because I'd be scared building defense, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think you're going to see like the Paul-esque build where it's going to be a starter item, a big power item, and then like a mantle, and you're just going to hope that you can just live that onslaught of damage.
Yeah, you kind of have to up against a dive like this. Well, let's see what Hurwin's able to do. Game 1 between the Jade Dragons and the Tarturus Titans about to start. We got Dolson and Gormizer. What a treat for game number 1.
That's right, you got Dolson, Gore, and Doug. How could you forget Doug, Aggro, for game 1 between the Jade Dragons and the Tarturus Titans? Some good work here early on, brawling out with that Kamazats.
And it looked like Benji was willing to make the rotation over there. That's actually a huge deal. Fine, okay, Sobek is so crucial, but now Layers is caught out.
Oh, so much damage from Sam, and they capitalized. The Jade Dragons on the board first, 1 minute and 15 seconds into the game. Gore, the writing was I think it's such a multifaceted game here. The desk laid out how much of this game is largely going to be centered around Hurwin, not only the healing, but some of the damage that Hell can provide. And we're going to see a little bit of it here as Paul being ganked by Sam Soccer. What is the damage there? That is absurd, and Paul clearly did not expect it. Didn't even bother using the beads. And that is clean and easy from Sam. No wards on the right side.
Each and every time. I want to see Layers get active.
Doesn't it feel like that's the worst iteration of the Jade Dragons to play against the best if you're the Jade Dragons? When they're making plays like this, starting things up on the left side of the map, Panicat is going to get jumped on. 3-man taunt from Sam for Soccer. Is the damage there onto Aurora to at least pull 1 kill back? Layers has got something to say about it. Polar Bear Mike will rip Tide away. Neither Sam nor Mike healthy enough to go back in. There is a rotation from Hurwin from the mid lane. But it looks like the Titans were able to get away with 1.
I mean,
what a Riptide! Oh, and Sam for Soccer is right back in, and Polar Bear Mike makes the play, and the Tartarus Titans not able to get out full strength.
Going like Hell Yamoja would alone be obnoxious to go against. There's already so much healing, but now it's actually Benji who's caught out, maybe showcasing some of the healing that Sam has.
Yeah, the heal off the ult is good for Sam, but the taunt to start it off is what Benji's worried about right now. Final K blinks forward, so does Sam for Soccer, and the CC on the back end is there, but Layers here to save his solo laner's life, and for the time being, the Osiris will live on. Sam for Soccer waiting on those cooldowns to come back. The pin from range is good. And Sam for Soccer for 3 in the Jade Dragons.
Really big purveyor for the Titans in this early game over their last few sets. Obviously, not the last one versus the Dragons, but prior to that. And they've slowed that down.
Cyclone Spin has used his ult on Pandacat here. That's an important hammer to dodge. But the rocket right back in will deliver pain to Aurora's doorstep. And who else is here but Sam for Soccer, making it happen all over the map. Doesn't have his ultimate just yet, but Aurora's got no chance anyway. Layers is rotating in, but so is Hurwin. This is a winning fight for the time being for the Jade Dragons, and Hurwin might be. But now Sam has the opportunity to rotate here to the left side of the map. That ultimate very close to coming on back. Pandacat will send some auto attacks Aurora and Cyclone Spin's way, but it's just the purple buff right now that the Jade Dragons are worried about. But Pandacat not worried enough about the damage that Cyclone Spin's got. And the Tartarus Titans get back a free one.
And now having to use the River's Rebuke for a disengage mana, and they're a little bit deep with the conversion here. Hurwin making a great cutoff route. They might be able to get a kill.
How much mana does Hurwin have? Enough, probably, for a little damage onto Aurora. A little bit of it connects, and the stun from Mike won't even matter because Sam for Soccer's got the last bit of damage. 402 on the Erlong Shen, all 6 kills affected by the jungle of the Dragons.
I mean, that is pretty much exactly how you
what they're able to build here. Sam for Soccer is playing with house money, so why not send a little bit of a bet Cyclone Spin's way. Aegis, yeah, what's it going to buy you but time, and time has run out on Cyclone Spin's life. Finally, the Izanami's been locked down after being taken low a whole bunch of times.
Because he got the Aegis off Hurwin, but that has completely collapsed in on itself. Aurora and Benji are still right here, though. The Dragons have to be careful.
Frenzy for Polar Bear Mike. Benji over the wall will not matter. Jade Dragons have taken down a 15-minute and 40-second Fire Giant, and the Tartarus Titans are reeling, and why not another Riptide for Polar Bear Mike? Benji will not survive, and the Jade Dragons have widened that lead even further.
But I like the way the rest of the team, look, they just got Fire Giant. You're not winning this fight. You have to get something.
The Phoenix. We're not worried about the tier 2 in mid, say the Jade Dragons. We want to end this game quickly. Frenzy from Polar Bear Mike starts this one off as the Tartarus Titans get taunted on in by Sam for Soccer. Is the range damage there? Not just yet. A River's Rebuke from Mike will slow down the re-engage, but a pluck sets up a kill for Pandacat, and the Jade Dragons have whittled down the health on that Phoenix a little bit, but they've gotten an early kill.
And now they've got a minion wave with them. They're going to be able to re-aggress easily. Layers needs to get active. He's just been hanging out on the side.
That's a big blink in from Fine OK. Bye-bye Birdie. And the left side Phoenix falls. Hurrywin taken low as well. Will Hurrywin go down? Yes. But Panic Hat immediately answers back. Fine OK has gotten one as well. We are not 20 minutes into game number 1, and the Titan is a bit concerned. The health bar is not enough.
But now that it's upgraded, can really help her re-engage around this FG.
Team at minions doing their work on the left. Aurora gets plucked in, but is able to leap on out. Polar Bear Mike takes a stun here as a little bit of damage reaches its way into the front line of the Tartarus Titans, but Fine OK, somewhat low on HP as well, and that's maybe the biggest pushback we've seen from the Titans so far.
But you have to look at what they use. Paul did drop his ult. He's the only one that dropped his ult, but that means the Dragons still have all 5.
Oni Fire.
And it does make things a little more awkward. You highlighted, yeah, the Oni Fire minions, not just making it to the Phoenix, they're going to be in the Titan.
Fire Giant's half HP, so is Benji, who's been plucked into the backline.
What a wall!
Rebuke, but
What a passive!
Is up from Benji, but it won't matter. Polar Bear Mike, he's got the damage, and here come the Dragons. 2 down for the Tartarus Titans. Aurora has been left to the Wolves, and Panic Hat will clean up all 3 for the Jade Dragons. Sam for Soccer dueling it out with Paul, and that's no big deal for Sam, who nearly gets taken down on the back end. And Gore, the Jade Dragons start off this set with an exclamation point.
And I love the way they make this call. Look at them. They are stopping for the right Phoenix. I thought they were just going to run through. Fine OK seemed to have that note. He was just going to run in to the Titan. It's Layers versus the World, and trust me, the World wins this one 9 times out of 10, maybe even more than that. This was a clean game from start to finish from the Dragons, Dave. I mean, just good objective play, good kill focus. Every single target that they jumped into and jumped onto, they knew that
worse
they
at
had
level 2 than Soul Ratatosker. So adjustments have been made by the Tartarus Titans. We'll see if it makes the difference. Game number 2, a bounce back desire for the Titans. We'll see if they can make it happen. Dolson and Gore bringing you the action.
And the Tartarus Titans have drafted themselves something that can to this left side of the map. Cyclone Spin only died once in that onslaught of a few minutes.
Wall.
Polar Bear Mike was making a lot of plays on that Yamoja, and the Ymir, I think, carries somewhat similar expectations for PBM. Paul has taken a lot of damage here, and Hurrywin, with his last bit of mana, sends some range damage Paul's way. So if you have a run-back performance here from the Jade Dragons, and again, we're far away from that, but you're already at 1,000 gold in game 2 for the Jade Dragons. Something you got to consider. Aurora gets slowed on down. Horrific Emblem used by Polar Bear Mike. The last bit of mana used to slow down Aurora, and there's a taunt back in from Panda Cat as well, and Sam for Soccer has rotated to the left side of the map. Easy as you like. And Sam for Soccer on this Osiris has showed no signs of slowing down.
You know, maybe it's just recency bias, but we spent so long talking about the Titans and the jungle specifically. Actually, speaking of which, Layers is up.
Can the stun hit? Yes, it can onto both. Spin to win, baby. Layers answers back, and the Tartarus Titans at least
but he has
able
no
to
mana.
get 1 kill in return. You're right, Gore. On this Ratatosker. He'll pay the iron price for his kill, and Polar Bear Mike is the one in range to collect.
Sam has ult. I mean, they could theoretically... Look, PBM's low. PBM has no mana. Mike didn't even get the last one, yet they still have been able to pull a lot of that into their favor.
And Gore, Greater Scorpion going down might be impactful for something I'll get into here in a minute. A 2v2 breaks out in left. Short device does a whole lot of damage. And Panda Cat able to detonate that Scarab's Blessing. Sam for Soccer will blink on through, and the last bit of damage connects for the Jade Dragons jungler. Cyclone Spin, rather, sends some snipes on in. Can Layers make a difference?
Well, he's going to come crashing down onto Sam, but they're 4 members of the Dragons here. What are you going to do against them?
Sam for Soccer's just going to walk on away. Lord of the Afterlife.
But you're going to have to hit them consistently. And if they get 1 or 2 Phantoms, there's nothing to do.
Cyclone Spin's just got to choose who he dies to at this point, but he might not get much of a choice. Up into the sky, he'll go for his ultimate. Sam for Soccer has got the last bit of damage.
The mannequin.
And Cyclone Spin will make it 5-1 for the Jade Dragons.
I'm going to highlight all of this. 7,000 gold, 16 minutes in. That's typically what you're supposed to do. I'm sorry I'm taking that from you. Because
please do.
Really does lean into this, which is the fact that, depending on how this Layers kill could potentially go...
There's a stun maybe from Sam for Soccer.
He's so low!
Nearly got taken down by Mike over the wall. Benji had to use the cage here. Paul's rotating into this fight. Does not have the ultimate, but Polar Bear Mike might be the sacrifice here. Shards of Ice and then a double freeze. Is that going to buy time for the Jade Dragons to get in? No, it's not. They've called off the dogs. Spawn, though. You have to be careful. This Titans team, despite being pretty far behind, could sneak away an FG if they were feeling gutsy enough to make that call. The wraparound is occurring. PBM leading the charge, Hurrywind in behind alongside PandaCat. Both carries will make their way on in. Cyclone Spin rolls away. Aurora's gonna eat this rocket. A Scarab's Blessing might have to get used for himself. What's Layers gonna do here? You're gonna find the carries, you're gonna find the targets. He's found PandaCat in the back. The snipes from Cyclone Spin have gotten a little damage, but Benji's going to be the one to get the kill to trade things back here. Final K controlling the back line of this fight, but Cyclone Spin, he's got plenty of health, but it's being turned around, and Polar Bear Mike answers.
And they're going to keep getting aggressive, but they've got some great kills.
Oh, big freeze from PBM, and the chase goes on. Paul disapparates right on out. Could there be a slow? Of course there is. It's PBM. He'll hit those. Hurrywind's got the rest of the damage onto Paul. The Jade Dragons lose a couple, but they answer back with 3.
You lost PandaCat, though. Fire Giant probably dashed. The tower maybe dashed, but they don't seem to care about those. They're getting aggressive. They're looking for more blood.
Why wouldn't you? When Hurrywind's full HP,
oh my God,
he's got the ability to put Benji down. Hurrywind on a killing spree, and the Jade Dragons get all but a roar. In game 2.
Oh, yeah.
Looking immaculate. Chef's kiss for PBM on this Ymir.
I was going to highlight his relics, but they're both back up. They're going to have plenty of effect in this fight.
A double root, though, from Aurora keeps things interesting here. Layers has the ability to knock down some of this health. Look at the snipes from Cyclone Spin. They've caught the perfect target. Hurrywind, the first sacrifice from the Jade Dragons. PandaCat in with the rocket, though, could catch out Benji, who gets stunned on up. The auto's got a hit on the right, but there's a stun there. Benji lives, and the Scarab's Blessing will get procced. The Tarturus Titans, they strike some pay dirt here in game 2.
I mean, this is exactly what you need. You've got the carries, you've got the damage, and you've got, finally, Aurora hitting somebody that's not him with his ult, although in the last fight, still helped prolong that. And that is the reason you needed to rush this game. You needed your control, a 7,000 gold lead that's still in your favor if you're the Dragons, to turn into something.
What can Final K do here? Not much. If he ends up dying off, both carries still back on the FG. A stun from Benji will set up the D side. The Tartarus Titans on the brink have turned the game around. They'll be in the pit as far as the goal differential goes. But they're in the fire
from the Dragons to slow them down and make them pump the brakes. But it is worth noting that the gold is now equal.
Is it more, though, from the Jade Dragons than just pumping the brakes? The wall from Polar Bear Mike separates out this fight. Layers has got a lot of damage in that build. It's the same play, run on back. The Tartarus Titans gun down Hurrywind for the first kill of this team fight. PandaCat, the next to go down as well. Final K was the last alive last time, but he'll be the third to die this time around. The Tartarus Titans execute the same play twice. And Gore, you could be looking at a Phoenix, maybe the game.
I mean, yeah, they've got 40 seconds with most of the carries dead. Sam and Mike versus the world. Look, a good freeze and a good Osiris can do a lot, but kill 5 members? That's a tall order.
The Tartarus Titans have come to play, and now the Jade Dragons are going to have to make a miracle happen in game 1. Cyclone Spin gets taken low, but he's got Scarab's Blessing, and it won't matter. Sanford Soccer is the last alive for the Jade Dragons. Deicide, game 2 to the Titans.
I mean, they just, look, you're messing around with the team. There's a 7,000 gold lead at one point for the Dragons. They're up 5-1 in the kills. They're controlling every neutral
ends up doing with this Poseidon in the mid and early game.
A critical game 3, a do or die almost. I mean, certainly going down and needing a 2-game-in-a-row victory in order to secure the set is not where you want to be. And we got Dolson and Gormizer working on a brand new handshake, bringing you game number 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's brand new. It's brand new to us, but it's a storied handshake. We did the old over the top, and then you wrap back down and go underneath.
And as obnoxiously good as that original Erlong game was for them. But I also think it's essential here. I mean, you've got anti-heal from the Osiris, you've got anti-heal now from Sam, and that's going to be helpful versus Paul trying to shut down and control this health.
Sanford Soccer taunts Layers on in, and this is something the Des talked about. The 2v2 is strong, but it's also strong for the Titans. And how many times have we seen a Hell at the forefront of first blood here in this set, Gore? I'd argue all 3 games, and now it's Aurora has Ragnarok, Hurrywind has beads. So can Aurora strip away a set of beads? Yes, Hurrywind has used them, but Aurora still has the ultimate. Kraken used by Hurrywind up in the sky. Taunt back from Layers, won't connect on a save for Soccer, but Aurora gets it done all on his own in the back, and Hurrywind down for the second time in game 3.
And it's not just the sledge and watching where Aurora goes, which feels like and looks like it's going to be the Thieves next, but also Paul, who's gone for the Doom Orb, as well as Hurry.
Or maybe it's Polar Bear Mike that's going to get jumped on this time in the Lion's Den, and Polar Bear Mike will not escape, and it's Layers on the board now, and the Erlong Shen finally Gets
This
his
is a good
just
showcase for them. It's just whether or not they can keep that pressure up. Pyromancer comes to my mind in a few seconds.
What happens to Layers here? Sanford Soccer blinks on him, sends him right back, but Layers walks away. Great Rivers rebuke from Poor Bear Mike, but Layers sends out the taunt. Will the heal come out in time? No, it won't. Sanford Soccer gets the Jade Dragons on the board early. Now for an answer back, Aurora uses the beads underneath the tower, and Panda Cat's rotated on through to the 1v1 on the left side of the map, and the Jade Dragons with a 1-2 auto attacks there. Cyclone Spin able to get up into the ult. Maybe Cyclone
He
Spin
just turns it around.
Turns that around. Gets a kill onto Panda Cat. Unfortunately, Cyclone Spin without beads is going to get dove on here. The snipe will happen this time, but the DOT from Sanford Soccer will clean up that kill. What can Aurora? What can Layers get done here? Can you block the rocket? Yes, you can. Ragnarok will seal Panda Cat's fate in as well. And Paul, the one who picks it up. Sanford Soccer trying to leap away. Watch out. Kraken doesn't do much to Layers.
In fact, it feels like it ends up doing nothing. The heal pops through. Layers wants to fight.
It's a great Rivers rebuke from Poor Bear Mike to keep the Titans where they are, but Layers
so low.
will walk on away. A roar has now left back in. Sanford Soccer down. Benji's here as well. It started off great for the Dragons, but it's going to end in disaster.
I mean, what a turnaround. And look, Aurora just gets to hang out in the jungle, more than happy for that to go the way.
Potential limited
much lower
for the Jade Dragons. Primal Fury going quickly for the Tartarus Titans. Polar Bear Mike, Panda Cat in range. Taunt from Layers will secure the Tartarus Titans, the Primal Fury, and a kill onto PBM.
I mean, that's just a clean play from the Titans. They recognize what strengths the Dragon have. They strip it away. They get, I want to say, maybe a little lucky. You're not going to use Danza to dive all 5 of them. You don't have
the
a
same range.
Ratatosker. You don't have the Rom snipes. And I don't know if they actually have the capabilities to deal with Paul.
And Hurry
Look at that! Oh my
Hurry
God!
just getting the treatment again. Gets the snipes again. And then Aurora walks on in, picks up Hurrywind, who had to use beads and Aegis, waits for him to time out. And Aurora took 0 damage on his way into that one. All of the range and the ability to take the mid laner out of the fight is the Tartarus Titans, and they are making it work. Polar Bear Mike will use the ultimate here, and that's going to slow down this Phoenix Siege a little bit, but who cares, says the Tartarus Titans. Draugr buff wearing off here, maybe shortly, but I don't think it's delaying the Tartarus Titans all that much. Mid lane Phoenix gone. Deletes Hurry, and then by the time he crashes down, there's no one left to auto attack. Cyclone Spin has the least amount of damage into this game, but it's all that matters. Here he goes, up to the sky. Wonder who his target's gonna be. It's the backline. Did not one-shot anyone this time. Hurrywind gobbles up Aurora with the Kraken, and the Jade Dragon shows signs of life, and Final K presses down on the gas pedal with the Lord of the Afterlife. Cyclone Spin gets some auto attack damage in there, and Final K ends up going down.
Went from 3,000 to now 5,300. He's going to be able to get aggressive into this. You let him get into the auto attack range, and it's going to look great. But now look, Layers is going for the zone.
Oh, he's rolling forward, and he is whittling down the health bar of Sanford Soccer and Polar Bear Mike. And the Tartarus Titans, they want more. They want game 2. They want to push us into a game 4 with a 1-game advantage, and the Jade Dragons are just watching it happen. The Titan
the way that we've gotten used to. That's 2 fights in a row. And so far, I want to say seemingly 2 similar fights, although the Titans have knocked down all 3 Phoenixes at this point. They just need a fight in the Titan room.
Kraken is easily the most impactful ultimate that the Jade Dragons have left, and if the Titans go sieging, it's gotta be a big one from Hurrywind. The Titan is under attack. The Fire Minions have made their way in. Aurora is in as well, looking for a target with the Ragnarok. Hurrywind walks on away, still has his beads in the back line. Hurrywind watching along, but all the damage is there from the Tartarus Titans. Paul on a rampage. The Titan now an afterthought, and we go on to game 4 with the Titans ahead.
And you know what? Paul finally had to use his Aegis at the very end.
To basically answer back and get everybody in position.
What do you think? We go into a game 5, Bobby?
You know, I think this Pele can actually work out really well because of how good it is a matchup into Morgan. It's very hard for Morgan to invis away, and Pele can kind of just burst before Morgan can even get invis or transform. I really do like this Jade draft. It feels like it's actually like well-rounded. There's stuff in every lane that you can play through. I think we might be going to a game 5. Taco?
If Sam plays like he did in game 1, this is going to game 5.
Can't wait to see it. Game 5 potentially on the line here. The Jade Dragons Phase 2 dreams on the line. We'll see if they can bounce back. Tartarus Titans looking to eliminate the Dragons, and we got Dave and Gore for game number 4.
We are finally on set point here, and it's Tartarus Titans who've got 2 games.
It is such a difficult ult to deal with. I mean, essentially, they have 6 lives on the Titans that you're going to have to burn through.
Oof. Could be tough for Fino K here. Rooted himself in place. Lord of the Afterlife, as well as the taunt from Layers. Double stun won't mean much. Not when the minions are keeping you right where you are, and it's the Tarturus Titans options. And you're starting to get underway in that build here a little bit on this Pele. So one jungler's gotten involved early. Cyclone Spin's going to get involved around this Pyromancer with his ultimate. Polar Bear Mike jumped on. Paul gets the kill. The Jade Dragons now down a support, but a taunt from Layers keeps this fight in question, and Layers has got Sam for Soccer as well. Sam gets involved in all the wrong ways, and the Tarturus Titans get 2 more.
I mean, what a great way to jump on when the Titans have been able to, and like you had mentioned, 80% damage on that tier 2. This is big.
Wow, the Tarturus Titans do a lot of damage to the Oni Fury, but Aurora takes a lot of damage in exchange. Sam for Soccer, 3 levels down from Layers, doesn't care, rushes in, but Aurora takes almost nothing on the back end of that. Final K is in behind the Titans, but does not do anything. It's a stun, and it's a stagger onto Benji and Layers. The Jade Dragons get some good damage in. Can Panda Cat find the snipes with his ultimate? Won't attempt it here because he's got to leave. Cyclone Spin attempting to root down Final K, won't. Polar Bear Mike will be the sacrifice, and the Jade Dragons, 4 alive.
For the most part, he's going to be looking for Burn. And Burn is what they're going to try to do here as well. I actually really like their engage. I like the way they're leveraging this.
Fire Giant beneath half HP. Final K is inside the Fire Giant pit with the rest of the Tarturus Titans. Panda Cat dealing big damage to Benji. Can Hurrywin disengage? He'll do one better. He'll do a lot of damage, but look at the big stun onto the Jade Dragons, and it's Benji jumping in. It's Paul dealing damage in there as well. Cyclone Spin's got the Scarab's Blessing because the Jade Dragons will not give up. Panda Cat's got the snipes to even the score.
But the kills, look how low PBN is. Benji's still running.
Oh, Benji not able to get the kill. It's a 2 for 2. Carries alive for the Tarturus Titans. Take advantage of that. Now with chin size for Layers and for Cyclone Spin, no surprise. This Fire Giant is going as quickly as it is. Final K not able to go back to base. Realizes that the Titans are on the FG, and they still are. Aurora has not reset things just yet. Neither is Layers. The rest of the damage being delayed for just a moment. It's a blink in from Final K and abduct, and the Tarturus Titans secure the FG. Final K locked into the pit. Hurrywin's got to get something done here. Nearly gets the kill onto Paul. PBM is going to chase down the mid laner. Deep in the back line. Snipes from Cyclone Spin. Not enough this time, but Layers has gotten the kill. And Final K is down as well. The Jade Dragons lose 2, and the Tarturus Titans continue their onslaught.
Oh, the turnaround damage from Panda Cat was so good, but he's got no frontliners.
Gord, Panda Cat might go down here. The Tarturus Titans might have dealt the killing blow to the Jade Dragons.
That's a good turnaround.
Turns it around. Double kill for Panda. Keeps the Jade Dragons in game 4.
He's so low, though, and they still have Cyclone Spin, but also now has a finish. Yeah, Ethereal Staff down.
Started. Enhanced Fire Giant begun by the Tarturus Titans. Benji takes a whole lot of damage, but he is tethered down onto Hurrywin. Panda Cat, Paul, they're 1v1 here. Panda Cat able to roll away, but Cyclone Spin ult into the back line. The snipes on down, onto Cyclone Spin, but Panda Cat crashes back to earth. Cyclone Spin puts him in the dirt. Final K needs to get one here. Sam for Soccer, it's a massive knockup, and Sam for Soccer picks up one. Final K adds another. The Jade Dragons are doing it to him, baby. Aurora, the last one alive. It's gonna be the Deicide, and the Jade Dragons come up big.
I mean, that is such a huge turn, but look, the minions, the Oni wave, pushed up on their left-hand side. But Dave,
can they end?
50 seconds with nobody here. I think they just run this down. There's nothing to worry about. You have no stress in the world. Just do it.
But laying in wait is Polar Bear Mike, Sam for Soccer, and the rest of these Jade Dragons to find that engagement, and the engagement is now. Polar Bear Mike blinks into the base of the Tarturus Titans. Final K kiting on backwards. The Phoenix is still alive, but look at the damage. The front line's taken. Cyclone Spin swings first. Polar Bear Mike, he's all alone with the rest of the
front
Titans.
line's gone.
Enhanced FG does not matter, and Cyclone Spin pushing on the gas.
And that's immediately the way to go in. Look at the crits ringing true. Panda Cat has no health to work with.
Panda Cat's got to go big here, but Benji is going to chase him down. Sam for Soccer is in the back line here, but I'm not sure Sam can do much. Benji comes up big. Panda Cat in the grave. The Jade Dragons are as well. Bye-bye, Dragons. Sam for Soccer, the last one in this game.
And he's going to try to turn this into a base race, maybe? I mean, he's got minions, and he's going for the Phoenix. He's still got the FG buff, but what can he do versus Benji?
Gore, I don't think he can do much. Benji is going to win this 1v1. The Tarturus Titans pouring into the base of the Jade Dragons. Your Phase 1 champions being upset in round number 1. An enhanced Fire Giant fight goes to the Dragons, but it does not matter. Tarturus Titans win it in 4.
I mean, that is exactly the kind of play you want to see. Look, if you change junglers, if you go through what they did in terms of rosters,